So back in the 80s, like about 1985, 1986, the American Institute of Wine and Food had started in California with a group of people around Julia Child, Robert Mondavi, Richard Graff, a couple of other people who had really had the interest of educating consumers, bringing farmers, artisan manufacturers, consumers together so that sort of increase the awareness of American food, American artisan food. Robert Mondavi wanted to increase the Americans' awareness of artisan wine, and Julia was just interested in anything that had to do with food. So it started with a very broad-based mandate to sort of just increase awareness of food in America. And when I got involved, I was running a brewery in New York City called New Amsterdam Beer, and the brewery had started in 1982. And the AIWF, I guess I had been friendly with some people in the AIWF, and I said, well, you're doing a lot of wine events, why don't you do a beer event? So they said, well, we're not really about beer, but the members wanted to drink beer. So I had started an artisan brewery in New York City. It was the first one. So we put on the first beer tasting, AIWF beer event, which was at the South Street Seaport. I got Julia Child to come down. We had a hot dog tasting, like a matching of beer and hot dogs. I think Michael Jackson, the author, the beer and Scotch whiskey author, came and gave a talk and introduced the beers, and it was a really successful event. I mean, it actually had a lot more people that came to that event that came to some of the wine events. So it became an annual event for many, many years. And as artisan brewing in New York grew, as there were more and more breweries, not just New Amsterdam Beer, but Brooklyn Brewery, the other breweries got involved. Heartland Brewery became involved with the IWF, and eventually, actually, the Brooklyn Brewery. And I was the chairman of the IWF from 89 or 90 to about 92 for about 3 years. And then after I was the chair, Tom Potter from the Brooklyn Brewery actually became the chair. So it's always had a big beer component involved in addition to wine.